Hello and welcome to this video. Thank you so much, Kari, for being here.
Hi, Celine. Thanks for having me.
I'm very excited for you to share your experience with us. But for the viewers who will discover you through this video, can you please start by introducing yourself, telling us, who you are, where you live, and most importantly, what is it that you do?
Yeah, so my name is Kari, and I am the founder of Rank and File. And I live in Oslo, Norway, but I'm from the United States. And Rank and File started about 3 years ago. We help purpose-driven entrepreneurs to grow businesses that are socially impactful, financially sustainable, and personally fulfilling. So we do that through a magazine and a podcast. And we also run retreats around the world a few times a year. And then what you helped me with, which is one-on-one training programs for social entrepreneurs.
Awesome. And so why do you think it's important to support social entrepreneurs? Why did you choose this cause in the first place before we dig into your own entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah, so I was really passionate about purpose-driven entrepreneurship, and I was also really passionate about leadership because I was working in corporate America before that and had a very bad leadership experience. And so I saw so many young people, especially 20s to 30s, starting purpose-driven businesses, but just not really knowing, first of all, how to do it from a practical standpoint, but also who didn't really understand how to grow a business that was really values aligned and really took care of people and really accomplished their goals. So I just wanted to start a business that talked about it in the right way. So I started with the magazine as a first step to do that. And then obviously the company has grown and evolved since then.
Mm-hmm. And so can you tell us what situation you were in before we started working together? Because Rank and File was already a few years old.
Yeah, so Rank and File was about 2 years old when we started working together. And I had the magazine and the podcast. And I was just starting on the retreat program with a new team member. But the problem is that I was like spinning my wheels, sort of trying to reach people through the magazine. And it didn't really match my, I guess, personality. So I wanted to have more of an impact one-on-one with entrepreneurs because, there's only so much you can do with a magazine. It's great for inspiration and it's great for some tips, but entrepreneurs really need more one-on-one support in order to be able to succeed. And so I felt kind of convicted about that. And I also felt like it would be more personally rewarding for me. So I really wanted to shift the magazine to being more of my marketing and outreach part of my product. And then my main impact piece be the training programs.
Okay. And regarding those training programs, then, what challenges did you face, or what did you expect basically from working together?
So I wanted to make sure that I could get it financially sustainable like right away. That was probably my main thing, if you remember. I was thinking about starting a family with my husband, and I knew I needed like an extra income on top of what Rank and File was already doing, and I needed to be more efficient in my work. And so um, I just because of the same reason why I think one-on-one training programs are so important and impactful, I knew I needed help to get it going, like without spinning my wheels for, so many years trying to learn it all myself. So, so yeah, that's basically why I was like, help, Celine, because I didn't want to do it on my own.
Mm-hmm. And what made you decide to work with me in particular then?
So we had been connected for a while. I think we had talked right when I launched Rank and File because a friend recommended that I reach out to you, and we kind of have just been I don't know, supporters from afar from each other. So I was on your newsletter, and I was keeping track of what you did, and when I knew that okay, I'm finally gonna go for this transition, I knew that I trusted you to be able to help me with that because I really liked how you set up your programs. And I also like all of your little tidbits, like if we would talk on the phone in the past or if you would write a newsletter, you always were thinking about it in the right way or challenged my thinking. So I knew that we would be a good fit for you to help me with the areas that I needed help on.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And then another question I had for you is how did you make the decision to invest in yourself and in your business through this program? Because as you mentioned, Rank and File was a few years old already, and you really wanted to ramp up and basically, make it more financially sustainable. So how did you come to the conclusion that like spending money in the first place was a good idea at that time?
Yeah, so the first 2 years of my business, I was like a bootstrapping entrepreneur. I mean, I still am. I've never gotten investment. But I would say in the beginning, I had a totally different mindset. I was like wanting to do everything on my own, like DIY, learn everything. And that's great for some things, but I learned that I wasted a lot of time. Um, and so I guess this year I had a little bit of a time pressure because me and my husband wanted to start a family. So I finally had to stop, I guess you could say, procrastinating and realize that spending the money was actually smarter than just trying to do it the long, drawn out, cheap way.
Mm.
So it wasn't easy because this was the first time I've invested this much for my business all at once, especially for something that I didn't actually know how it was going to turn out. Like it was a risk and sort of what can you say? Like a risk that you're sort of putting it all in to say like, okay, I'm going to make this happen basically. Um, but I'm really glad I did because I think I needed to learn that lesson as an entrepreneur to know that like you actually need to like put the money on yourself to say like I'll do this because you normally step up to the plate and you normally get better results actually if you just do that. So now I'm very, very passionate about coaches for myself, even though I help other people, because you get such faster results. Honestly, it's a way better investment than like spending years and years and years trying to learn it by yourself.
Yes, I can only agree with that. And I'm also investing in myself and
Yeah.
having coaches myself. I mean, it's not, yeah, it's a journey, and at every step you have new things to learn and discover, a new
Mhm.
mindset to shift, and it just goes, as you said, faster when someone who's already been there can give you the um, not the quick and easy tricks. It's not that, but it's just, yeah, instead of taking years, it takes months. So when you have
Yeah.
time pressure, that's important.
Yeah, and also, no matter, like, how well you can see other people's businesses, you really can't see yourself very clearly. Um,
Mm.
so there's so many things that, like, I even help other entrepreneurs with that I don't see clearly for myself, and so you always need no matter what stage you're at, you always need someone to, like, look at it objectively because you have too many, like, limiting beliefs and too many insecurities that sort of cloud your vision. So yeah, it's not necessarily like either not knowing something or knowing something. It's more about like someone helping you get out of your own way, I think. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of the time. I think most of the time you were just helping me like like think through things more clearly or help me get over myself basically. So you need it for that reason too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And then, what have been the results of the program? Because we have finished our program a few weeks ago. So, can you tell us what has been the biggest breakthrough for you?
Yeah, so it's really exciting because we wrapped up like I guess 4 weeks ago maybe.
Mhm.
And I went away to the Philippines for a global retreat for the last few weeks, and so. But it's amazing because like I already had some leads coming through for the new training program before I left, and when we were working together, I had my first two clients while we were doing the program together. Um, but the leads for additional clients were still sort of slow because I had just kind of like launched it, right? And
Mhm.
so now it's like really, really regular. I get like a new lead every week, maybe even two every week. Um, and so that's really amazing because I understand like where my potential clients are coming from and then what I'm going to do. And then I'm able to sign them up. So that feels amazing. I actually have two discovery calls this afternoon when I get off the phone with you. So it feels good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, because you launched basically your coaching program while we were working together, and then
Hmm.
we put in place the funnel. But of course, it takes some times for the the flow to
Yeah.
get there and then become consistent. That's like a second level. So it's amazing that you've reached that, and that you continue see the results even after we have ended our work. Can you tell us what your program is about, just in case some of the people watching might need what you offer, or know people who need?
Yeah, so I help early stage purpose driven entrepreneurs with their brand stories and their sales strategies. So basically, the first part of the program is all about getting really clear on how they're going to explain what they do to the world, both with their words and also visually.
Mhm.
And to do that in a really authentic and vulnerable way that feels natural and not like salesy and sleazy and weird. And then I help them to put that into a sales process that also feels natural for them. And that is really going to make an impact in people's lives. Um, so that's sort of stage two of the program. So the whole point of the program is for them to come away with also a sales strategy that's working for them and so that they can reach financial sustainability. That's really important for me, especially for early stage so that they're not spinning their wheels like sort of I did in the beginning. And
Mhm.
they can, start to grow their impact and their income right away.
Awesome. And so beyond you getting clients and now consistent leads for your business, what are the other results or takeaway that you got from working together?
I think the biggest thing was like mindset stuff. I had a lot of like mindset issues that were holding me back, I think, that I needed to work through and think about differently. So you really helped me to like focus on the right things and to keep my mindset really like high and positive and focused on what's working basically. And you gave me a really good mindset about how to fight against procrastination because that was just coming from also limiting beliefs. And I wasn't actually aware that I was like overcomplicating things and procrastinating for no reason at all other than my insecurities. So that really helped me to simplify my business. Like most people think that they need like I don't know, like some person to come in and look at their business model canvas and all this stuff to simplify their business, but actually I just needed to like, you know, get over myself and to simplify my business. It wasn't that complicated. Um, and you also helped me with learning a better system for how to like review my business on a monthly basis so that I could see like what was working and what I needed to tweak so that I could make improvements every month. So now I do that with the sales funnel, and I think it's contributed a lot to like it already working really well
Mhm.
because I'm able to like touch base with how I'm doing every month.
Awesome. Maybe another like last question to wrap this topic up, and also because I mean it can be interesting for people watching the video and also for me. What favorite, or not favorite, but according to you, what was the most useful part of the program? Because we worked together during several months, and we had coaching sessions. You also had access to like different tools and templates. Then we also had like back and forth by email of working together on some of your KPIs, for example, or other things like that. What would you say was the most impactful?
Oh gosh, that's hard. um, so I think like the very beginning of the program, the mindset things, like you helping me to put together, um, like it sounds so simple, but like a vision board and some affirmations and some visualizations for me to do every morning has been like really good, which was surprising to me. And now I love it, and I have to do it at like every morning if I can. Um, and then later on in the program, it was really helpful to get the training on the KPIs, actually, like how to look at the different parts of my funnel, and then like if something's not going right, why, and then what do I do about it? Because that's really sometimes you think you're reviewing something, but you really like aren't looking specific enough, or you're not like taking the right action steps. So those tools and visuals that you gave me were really helpful. Um, and then, yeah, there was all sorts of other little things you sent me. But those two were really, I use them every, month or day or week. So those are probably top of mind. But I,
Mm-hmm.
I remember a lot of other really great things that you sent me along the way. And also you reviewed a lot of the stuff that I did. Like you reviewed my emails and my nurture sequence, like for my sales funnel, and you were really hands-on, which I liked a lot. Because some programs, like either the coach or the online course or whatever, you're just left alone, and there were many things that I actually wasn't doing right. So you were able to say like, no, I would do this differently and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. What would you say then to people who are maybe in the same situation as you were a few months back, like almost a year back,
Mm-hmm.
and who struggle to reach financial sustainability but hesitate to work with me, or with anyone actually? Like, what would you tell them?
Um, I would tell them something that I tell a lot of people now. Like if they're asking me about like, should I invest in a coach or something like that? A lot of times people see like, a couple $1,000, two, three, $4,000, and they get like, oh my gosh, that's so much. Because if they've had like this DIY mentality about their business, that might seem like a lot. But if you think about it in the right way, it's actually not that big of an investment versus like the alternative. So if you were in like a 9 to 5 position, that would represent maybe like 1 month of work, maybe. So to say that, you can't make up 1 month of work for one of the most important parts of your business is kind of strange. If you think about it in that way. Um, I definitely thought about it as like, oh my gosh, it's so much. But then when you think about it, it's like you're going to waste months and months and months and months, which equals tens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars when you're done with it, when you could have just like said, I'll give my business this amount of time and then I'll go make up that investment if I lose it working uh, in a coffee shop or something. I don't know. So I think about it differently like that now. And I also had a lot of money mindset issues that you helped me work through. So now it doesn't scare me as much to think about like, okay, what does that represent, and how can I actually make that up in my business?
Mm-hmm.
Um, to say that I'm not capable of making $3,000, let's say, if that's the amount of the program, is not good. So now I'm very confident to say, like, I can step up to the plate, as we say in English, and make it happen. And since now I'm more confident about making money, honestly, and I'm not as scared of money, the money comes easier. So
Mhm.
that $3,000 is, now that I think back, that I was so scared of that, it sounds funny, but yeah, it feels good not to be scared of $3,000 now.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that as well. Any final word or anything you would like to add to what we have shared so far?
No, I think we've covered like a lot of great stuff. I would just say, like, whoever someone invests in, just like make sure that it's the right fit, and like the program is the right structure. Like for me, I was really, um, I like structure, and so I really like the fact that you had like a training part, and workbooks and video trainings, and then we got on the call as opposed to just getting on calls, because I don't think that would have allowed like all of the concepts to sink in. I needed like visuals and I needed exercises, and then I needed to get on the phone with you. So, and some people aren't like that. Like if you're really like artistic person, or if you are more qualitative, then you might just want to talk through things. So you have to find the right person, I think, for what you need.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Thank you for adding that. Okay, I think we have covered everything. Thank you so much for everything that you shared, and yeah, for your transparency on your journey and the leap of faith that you took, and where Rank and File is now. And I'm super proud of your progress, obviously, and looking forward to see your impact expand even more.
Yeah, thank you so much, Celine. It's been fun, like, to have you a part of Rank and File. I feel like you're part of like my journey in the company. You're very important to Rank and File. So thank you so much.
Thank you.